Picture this. Earth, our home, gasping for breath. In just 5 seconds, everything changes. Imagine a world where the very air we breathe vanishes, where the life-giving oxygen disappears. It's a mind-bending concept, isn't it? But what if I told you that this isn't just a fanciful thought experiment, but a real possibility we can explore? Today, we're going to embark on an incredible journey, a race against time where every second counts. We'll delve into the science, the effects, the human impact, and the ecological disasters that could unfold in this oxygenless world. We'll witness the climax of this catastrophe and explore the aftermath. And in the end, we'll realize just how precious those 5 seconds really are. So get ready for a journey like no other, a journey that might just change the way you look at the world. Don't blink, you won't want to miss this mind-bending journey. We start at 5 seconds, a cosmic stopwatch ticking down. Picture the scene. Scientists in a secret laboratory, their fingers hovering over a switch that could change everything we know about our world. The tension is palpable, the air thick with anticipation and dread. They know, as well as we do, the unimaginable consequences of what they're about to do. But the pursuit of knowledge pushes them onwards, into the unknown. In this alternate reality, they flip the switch. Suddenly and without warning, oxygen, the lifeblood of our planet, the very essence of our existence, disappears. Not slowly, not gradually, but instantly. Vanished. Gone, as if it never existed. The air we breathe, the wind that rustles the leaves, the invisible force that fills our lungs and fuels our bodies, gone in the blink of an eye. Imagine the shock, the sheer terror, as the world realizes what has happened. Birds plummet from the sky, their wings useless without the lift that air provides. Leaves once dancing in the breeze hang limp and lifeless. Humans, animals, plants, all gasp for a breath that isn't there. The world as we know it grinds to a halt, and still, the clock ticks down. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. With each passing moment, the effects of the oxygen crisis intensify. Panic turns to chaos, chaos turns to despair. But there is no escape, no place to hide. The world is trapped in a silent, breathless nightmare. 1 second, the final tick of the cosmic stopwatch. The world holds its breath, a world without breath to hold. And then, silence. A silence so profound, so absolute, it's as if the world itself has ceased to exist. Brace yourselves, the clock is ticking. This is the oxygen crisis. A world without oxygen, if only for 5 seconds. A glimpse into a reality we hope to never experience. A stark reminder of our utter dependence on this invisible, life-giving force. So, as we venture further into this journey, remember, every breath counts. And on this breathless world, every second could be our last. Dark skies. The sun dims, shadows deepen, and panic sets in. Suddenly, the world is plunged into an eerie twilight. The sun, once our radiant beacon in the sky, now appears as a dimmed, ghostly apparition. Shadows stretch and deepen, painting the world in shades of uncertainty and fear. The once vibrant blue sky now mirrors the gloom that has descended upon us. As the oxygen vanishes, the atmosphere thins, and the refractive properties of our planet's protective blanket change. The sky, once a canvas painted with hues of cerulean during the day and dotted with sparkling stars at night, now appears dull and lifeless, a haunting reminder of the life-giving element we've lost. But the darkening sky is merely the curtain raiser for an even more sinister spectacle. The Earth's crust, without the binding effect of oxygen, begins to crumble. Like a house of cards caught in a gust of wind, the once stable ground beneath our feet starts to tremble and collapse. Buildings, monuments, entire cities, all start to disintegrate, swallowed by the ravenous maw of the earth. As the world around us crumbles, another threat looms, one that we can feel on our skin. The ozone layer, composed primarily of oxygen molecules, disintegrates without its key ingredient. The sun's ultraviolet radiation, now unfiltered, scorches the Earth's surface. The air sizzles with intense heat, causing extreme sunburn. The once life-giving sun now becomes a relentless destroyer, searing everything in its path. So imagine a world without oxygen, even for a mere 5 seconds. The sun dims, the earth crumbles, and our skin sizzles under the onslaught of the sun's unfiltered rays. It's a grim picture, isn't it? But it's a reality we would face if we ever lost our precious oxygen. It's a chilling reminder of just how fragile our existence is and how much we rely on this invisible life-giving gas. Extreme sunburn, skin sizzles, sunscreen won't save you. Even the thickest layer of sunscreen wouldn't be enough to protect us from the sun's fierce onslaught. Without oxygen, our world as we know it would cease to exist. Inner ear explosions, eardrums rupture, screams echo. Imagine the cacophony of a world gasping, the silent screams echoing through the void. Our eardrums, delicate membranes that they are, would rupture due to the sudden drop in air pressure. The world would be filled with the eerie symphony of humanity's last gasps. As the oxygen drains from the air, our lungs would ache for a breath that never comes. We would be like fish out of water, flopping helplessly, gasping for a lifeline that's simply not there. The human body is a marvel of evolution, but without oxygen, it's as helpless as a ship without a rudder. Our bodies would struggle to compensate. Hearts would race, pumping faster and faster in a futile attempt to deliver oxygen that no longer exists. Our vision would blur, our muscles would weaken, and we would be gripped by an all-encompassing fatigue. Every cell in our bodies, from our brains to our toes, would cry out for the life-giving molecule we so often take for granted. In the absence of oxygen, even the most basic tasks would become Herculean challenges. Walking would feel like wading through treacle. Talking would be a struggle. Thinking would be next to impossible. And what about our chances of survival? Our bodies can go weeks without food, days without water, but mere minutes without oxygen. Without it, we would be rendered unconscious within seconds, and within a few short minutes, our bodies would start to shut down. The grim reality is, our odds of survival would be slim to none. We would be left at the mercy of a world that's suddenly alien and hostile. A world where every breath is a battle, and every second is a step closer to the end. So let's not mince words here. Without oxygen, we don't stand a chance. Our survival hangs by a thread woven from countless oxygen molecules. Survival odds, spoiler alert, slim to none. But let's not forget, this is only a hypothetical scenario, a stark reminder of the importance of something we often take for granted. Let's cherish every breath, for each one is a gift, a tiny miracle that keeps the delicate balance of life in check. Plants and photosynthesis, trees gasp, leaves droop, and forests fall silent. As our 5-second countdown continues, the vibrant green tapestry of our world begins to fray. Trees, once the lungs of our planet, gasp for the oxygen they need to breathe life into their leaves. They droop, their once proud branches sagging under the weight of an invisible enemy. The forests, usually a symphony of rustling leaves and singing birds, fall eerily silent. The oxygen that fuels photosynthesis, the process that allows plants to convert sunlight into food, has vanished. Without it, they can't produce the sugars they need to survive. Their leaves start to crumble, their roots shrivel, and within moments, our green planet begins to turn a deathly shade of brown. And it's not just the trees. The grass, the flowers, the crops that feed us, all wilt under the oxygenless sky. A world without oxygen is a world without plants, and a world without plants is a world on the brink of ecological disaster. But the repercussions stretch far beyond our forests and fields. The animal kingdom too feels the sting of our oxygen crisis. Creatures big and small gasp for breath, their lungs aching for a gas that is no longer there. Ecosystems unravel as predators and prey alike succumb to the suffocating silence. The circle of life breaks, replaced by a straight line that leads only to extinction. Oceanic chaos, waves crash, coral reefs bleach, and marine life vanishes. The devastation is not confined to land. Our oceans, once a vibrant dance of blue and green, turn into a still, lifeless expanse. Waves crash onto barren beaches, their usual rhythm replaced by a chaotic cacophony. Coral reefs, those underwater rainforests, bleach under the stress, their colors fading as their symbiotic algae die off. Fish float lifelessly on the surface, their gills unable to extract oxygen from the water. In just 5 seconds, our world changes beyond recognition. The ecological balance that took millions of years to perfect is shattered in an instant, replaced by a dystopian landscape devoid of life. The Earth, our home, is gasping for breath. And as the last oxygen molecule vanishes, all we can do is hold ours and hope. 5-second silence. Imagine the world holding its breath. Imagine the stillness, the eerie quiet. Then, as if our planet itself is the conductor, the dramatic orchestra of chaos begins. A symphony of destruction, a melody of mayhem. Our world, once brimming with life, now gasping for breath. Cities, forests, oceans, all thrown into turmoil. All of this, the result of a mere 5-second absence of oxygen. Visual montage, show glimpses of chaos. Cities, forests, oceans, all gasping. Recovery, oxygen returns but scars remain. Earth heals but we've learned our lesson. Our planet breathes again, inhaling life back into its body. But the damage has been done, and the reminders are everywhere. The echoes of those 5 seconds reverberate, a stark reminder of our fragility. We've danced on the edge of oblivion, seen the abyss and survived. Now it's time to rebuild, to restore, to renew. Call to action. Cut to green fields, plant trees, restore oxygen, save our planet. Impact. Viewers, remember this, 5 seconds matter. As we've journeyed through a world gasping for breath, we've seen the chilling reality of a planet without oxygen. The earth trembles, shadows deepen, and life as we know it ceases to exist. But this is more than a flight of fancy or a science fiction tale. It's a stark reminder of the delicate balance that sustains us. Each breath we take, each leaf that rustles in the wind, each wave that crashes against the shore, they are all testaments to the vital role of oxygen in our world. Our survival, the survival of countless species, and the health of our planet hinges on this precious element. So let's not take it for granted. Let's protect our forests, conserve our resources, and respect our planet. Share this story, let its echoes reverberate across continents, inspiring change and action. Promise, together we can breathe life back into Earth.